On Bluff Road at Washington Boulevard, a state historic landmark sits virtually unnoticed, and neighbors walk by not knowing its significance. Two cannons rest under the Spanish-tiled structure next to a plaque that reads, "Near this site, in 1847, was fought the Battle of Rio San Gabriel," and is another hidden gem.
Hello, my name is Gabriel, and I'm with the Montebello Historical Society. Today we're at the site of the Battle of San Gabriel River, which is on the corner of Bluff Road and Washington Boulevard. The battle occurred on January 8th, 1847. There was a battle between the Californios and the Americans. The Americans coming from the south to recapture the Los Angeles. They got here and they were met by the forces, the California forces on the bluff, and there was a 1 hour and a half battle, and approximately 3 people died, and there was a number of injuries. We don't know how many injuries. And it was the artillery used by the Americans that was most effective against the Californios. The Californios had very good horses, but they didn't have good artillery, and their powder was wet and wasn't very good quality. And many of the Californios didn't have their heart into the battle either. Some people supported the Americans taking over, and some people didn't. So they weren't all, because they weren't that thrilled with the previous government in California. We're not sure if the location of the battle is accurate. All we do know is it was between Washington Boulevard and Whittier Boulevard, we believe. And why they picked Washington and Bluff Road as the site for the monument was because of the number of cannonball and grape shot that they found along the bluff.
I'm Tony Delgadillo. I'm a reenactor for the U.S.-Mexican War, 1846 to 1848. I portray a Californio. Californios were descendants of the families that came with the Padres to establish mission systems up and down California.
Hi, I'm John Reed. I represent a 1840s U.S. Marine. Marines were stationed aboard U.S. Navy vessels, and that's how they got over here in California. Actually, this is kind of the Gettysburg of the West, that we'd like to call it, because it was the largest land battle in California, and a lot of people just drive by it. They see the monument, but they really don't know what happened here. And they really don't know what these cannons are. They just think they're ornamental, but they actually were used in the battle. The Americans won the battle for the day. They actually did camp up here on the bluff for the night, and the next day they marched towards Los Angeles. And the California force by that time was depleted, because a lot of guys said, we had enough fighting. They left, so the Americans only fought for an hour with them. Hardly no casualties, and they were able to march to Los Angeles and raise the American flag.
Well, these are 2 of the original 4 cannons that were used in the Battle of San Gabriel. The other 2 are at the Museum of Natural History in Los Angeles in the California room. These cannons have been very historic, and these 2 sit here today as a monument to that battle that fulfilled Manifest Destiny.
Well, there were 2 monuments placed here. The first plaque was placed here in 1944. It was a redwood plaque, and then in 1956 they put in a bronze plaque.
I'm looking around the area for hidden gems. Is this one of those?
This is definitely a hidden gem in Los Angeles County. And why this is a hidden gem is because this is the site of a second battle between the American forces and the Mexican forces in California that ended the battle, the Mexican-American War in California. Not very many people are familiar with this place. A lot of people drive by and they see the cannon here and they have no idea what it's there for.